All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching me the truth, 100% securely. And I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua who are listening and studying to show thyself approved. All right, so this is a quick lesson. The title of it will be Plain Unto the Holy. All right, and as the scripture said in Sirach 39 and 24, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so they are a stumbling block unto the wicked. Okay, and it's plain and simple. And what inspired me to do this lesson is based on the lesson my archaeologist did. What's the title of that lesson? It's addressing the common boy scattered tribe confusion. All right, and as you can see, he was talking to a Jake, a scoffer. Okay, somebody that was confused on the common board and pretty much have this idea, general idea, which is worldly. You have a general idea that the Hebrew Israelites are gonna look a certain way, and that's just simply not true. And that's why that's why I had this title. Okay, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so that are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. Okay, and to prove that, and this is the measuring. So to measure what really happened to the Hebrew Israelites, this is what you got to go through, the curses, which is in Deuteronomy 28. Okay, because you read Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Okay, because it says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandment and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Okay, it's straightforward, and the scriptures is not in vain. So these things really happen to the Hebrew Israelite. All right, so when you jump down to Deuteronomy 28 and 64, matter of fact, before I read this, we go to the comment section a little bit, because the first comment, he says a lot of people disagree with y'all on Mexicans because y'all say them Spaniards looking ones are us, but never mention the Afro-Mexicans who we know for a fact are us. Okay, and of course, my aunt went and said, "Brothers do, but most people are not spiritual listeners, nor do they study," and that's a fact, and that's the point right there. And a lot of people is not spiritual listening, and they very worldly. Okay, and so it's very worldly for you to think that the 12 tribes is all so-called black and they're gonna look black when the scriptures clearly say right here in Deuteronomy 28, because we always just got you reading Deuteronomy 28:15. It said all these curses shall fall upon thee. Okay, from Deuteronomy 15 to 68 on down, basically 15 to 68. These are the curses that fell upon the Hebrew Israelites, and this is one of them in Deuteronomy 28 and 64, and it says, "And the Lord, Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people." Right there, and then when it says scatter, again, just like my I said, a lot of people don't study. It's simple, right? Just like when I just got you quoting Sirach 30, 39, and 24, okay? As his ways are plain unto the holy. Okay, it's simple. When you look up the word scattering, just a Google definition, it says throw in various random direction, and that's exactly what the Lord did. He threw the Hebrew Israelites in random, various directions, man. Okay, and that's due to a lot of major events. Of course, you got the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, wars. When the Hebrew Israelites got ran out of their homeland, they scattered to different nations. That's another way. Okay, just do normal traveling, so on and so forth, etc., etc. So the Lord Yahweh shall scatter the Hebrew Israelite due to the curses. All right. Another definition is a small dispersed amount of something, of a small group of people or animals separated or move off quickly in different directions. All right, and so that's the key word here is scattered. All right, so just having that simple understanding, you're gonna know that when we teach that, we know that the Hebrew Israelite is going to look like the so-called white man. You know, my aunt actually mentioned Drake. Okay, Drake got a son who have a blonde hair, blue eye. Okay, he looked like his son looked like the damn Edomites. He looked like the devil. Okay, even Blake Griffin. You can even go far as Patrick Mahomes. His dad is Jake. All right, so the Israelites are scattered. All right, even I like to reference just to further prove how the Israelites were scattered. I like to go to the movie reference when you go to the movie Life. You know, the funny scenes where when they were saying who the daddy and Bernie Mac said out of Pappy. Okay, that scene right there is the perfect example of how the Hebrew Israelites got scattered. Okay, because when a so-called white woman had a baby by Jake, the Jake wasn't able to raise their child, so that white woman would normally, and especially in those times, would take that baby, and the baby don't look dark complexion regardless. They're gonna always look like majority of the time they're gonna come out looking like the mom. You know, just like Ma just said on his lesson. Okay, and so that baby gonna grow up and he's gonna more than likely get another Edomite woman, and it's gonna go and continue on from generation. But the seed of their child came back to the original is from the Israelites. All right, and that's one of the many ways of how the Hebrew Israelites got scattered. Okay, so reading this again from the top of Deuteronomy 28:64, and it says, "And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth." All right, and it says, "From one end of the earth unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." All right, and so majority of Yasharala is under Christianity or Islam. All right, because it said even wood, which is basically Christianity. Okay, we worshiping Jesus on a wooden cross, and then you got stone, which is Islam, which is basically they bow down to black rock, all right, or black stone. Okay, those are the two major religions that Yasharali were scattered among, and then you got Buddhism, all the major religion. The Israelites are scattered among through all people. Okay, and so just the fact that you having this idea that the 12 tribes are all black and so on and so forth it just show you that it's just a stumbling block. All right. Matter of fact, when you go read this, Sirach, Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach 39 and 24, which I basically quoted it already. Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach 39 and verse 24, and it says, "As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block. So are they stumbling block unto the wicked." All right, and so you're a wicked individual, and that means Yahweh Shemi outside is not dealing with somebody. Okay, if he can't understand this simple breakdown that the Hebrew Israelites are going to look like many different nations. Okay, and matter of fact, and it's very worldly to think like that too. Okay, and basically, you became an enemy of Yahweh Shemi outside when you think this way. Let's get this. James chapter 4. James chapter 4 and verse 6. Well, actually, we start at verse 4. All right, the point being verse 6, but we start at verse 4, and he says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh Shemi outside? Whoso therefore be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh Shemi outside." So if you thinking the 12 tribes is all black, is very worldly, okay? And so that makes you an enemy against Yahweh Shemi outside. So therefore, you're not even gonna get it anyway. All right, and this is why the Ak just mentioned in his lesson when he said that he's like, there's no point of going back and forth with him because he's not gonna get it. All right, and that's when and we're in that time. They just not gonna get it. All right. I just went to here recently. I had what was it? Sometime last week. Quick testimony. I went to a it was like a little chess club or chess get together. Every now and then I would go to a chess club or whatever. And by the end of it, the Jake, which he's a pretty cool guy, or whatever. I don't have no issues with him, but it was a song called Superstition that came on. All right, that while we was in the middle of playing games or whatever, and he basically just blurted out this, the meaning based off of the meaning of superstitious, and he said some weird things like I can't remember exactly how he said it, but anyway, long story short, he had this. He believed in science, all right, and so he believed in science, and he don't believe that you reap what you sow. Okay, he just said regardless of that's what he said. We said regardless whether you good or bad, good things gonna always happen, and bad things always gonna happen, and good things always happen to bad people. But there's no such thing as you reap what you sow. It was a weird breakdown. I just said, I when somebody speak like that, it's just like, okay, well, there's no point. But when you let them talk for long enough, you found I just kind of figured out, just let somebody just listen to. I just figured out like, okay, this guy's an atheist, so he's not gonna believe anyway. So you got people like that out there in the world when they shun against the Bible. Okay, they completely say the Bible is man made and so on and so forth. So this is another one of those situations where it's just like, as the scripture says, man, he that is holy, let him be holy still. He that is wicked, let him be wicked still. Loosely paraphrasing. That's what the scripture says. So there's no point. And the fact that person can't get it, and you trying to get that person to get it, you're just wasting time. And ultimately, you're going against Yahweh Shah because he don't want them to get it anyway. All right. But going back into the James chapter 4 and verse 4 again from the top, and it says, "You adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that the friendship of the world is immediately with Yahweh Shah? Whoso therefore be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh Shah. Do you think the scriptures say it in vain?" Right. The scriptures is not in vain. Okay. When you read Isaiah 55 and 11, he says, "My words will not come back void." Okay. So the words that are written in his book, the Holy Bible, the words of Yahweh Shah is going to happen. And this is why you're seeing all of the judgment being rained down on America, aka Babylon the Great, because those things that are written in the book, it was not in vain. Now you're seeing it. Okay, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy, but he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, Yahweh resisteth the proud. Okay, he resisted the proud, which meaning that he's not going to deal with the individual. He gave him over to a strong delusion. Okay, now they believe in lies. Going back into the quick testimony, the Jake that I ran into at the church club, he was like, he believed in a Big Bang theory or something like that, or how the earth was created, right? So he believed more in science than in anything else. Okay, so Yahweh Shah gave him over to that strong delusion. Yahweh Shah resist the proud. And then reading on and said, but give it grace unto the humble. All right. And you got to be humble enough to know that when you come into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you have to become humble. All right. And if you're not humble, then you're not going to get it. All right. The word of Yahweh Shah is not going to be plain unto you. All right. And so when it just inspired me to just do a quick response on this, man, and I pretty much broke it down, but I wanted to go into because in his lesson right here, he actually mentioned a video to go check out, which I went on ahead and checked it out, and it was pretty good information, man. So this is fair use. And I want to play this. It's fair use, man. This is not on monetary. This is for educational purposes only.
Amen. Yeah, that's why I met Ayman. So you too, and others too. So everywhere. Yeah. So most of the time.
Let me go back a little bit. About 9 minutes 45 seconds. Let me see 9:40.
We meet a lot of Ethiopians here in the street, so it's for us. Maybe he can't understand that, but if I pass by and I see black person, I should say hi. I do that all the time. Exactly. That's how I met Ayman. Yeah, that's why I met Ayman. So you too, and others too. So everywhere. Yeah. So most of the time they stop and they shake hands and yeah, we do have a good relationship with them. Okay. But we do have more relationship with Jewish, but they are from Dimona. They mix between the Jew and the Christian. Oh, that's another religion.
Right, and you see that he said they mixed with the Christian Jews. Basically, it's just further proving that how the Hebrew Israelites was scattered, you know, and then he mentioned Africans. The Africans was scattered. They went to the Palestine. So when you go back to that comment that the Jake made, you know, what he was saying, are you saying the Palestinians are us because Esau is treating them the same way that they treating us? And the answer would be yes. Okay? And that leads me to let's get Matthew 24 and 22, because you know that Esau Edom is the devil and he gonna do everything that he can. All right, he have this God complex to the point where if he was able to exterminate all the Hebrew Israelites, then Yahweh Shah will have nobody to come back to be saved. Right. So this is Matthew chapter 24, and we start at verse 21, right? Because it said, "For then shall great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And it says, "Except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved," right? So if Yahweh Shah was to prolong the days, Esau Edom will be able to complete his diabolical plan, and the world would just be in wickedness. But for the elect's sake, Yahweh Shah have shortened the days. This is why Esau Edom is scrambling, all right? They're panicking as rulers, right? So he said, except those days be shortened, there shall be no flesh be saved. And he said, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, all right? And so Esau Edom about to, eventually Jacob's trouble is about to be here. And he's gonna go crazy, man. He's already doing it. All right, you see what Trump is doing in office, okay? And so he can't, and just like the Octave mentioned in his lesson, he's not going to take the time to see who is who. And this is and another thing to think about is the gates of hell, what we call them gates of hell, sealed gates, okay? He have a plan to where he want to bring the population down from the world population from 7 billion to less than 1 million or some shit like that, and that's what they trying to do. They trying to exterminate, all right, a whole lot of people just so they can remain on top. Okay, so that's why Yahweh Shai is shortening the days, and he's coming. All right, he gonna come and he gonna save the elect. He gonna give them spiritual powers and everything. We're gonna witness the miracles of Yahweh Shai eventually. Okay, and so when you read Revelation 12 and 12, and this is why you know, right? Revelation 12 and 12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." He know this, all right? He know what's going to happen. This is why, the Palestinians, and then, the Jake mentioned the Ukrainians and so on and so forth. There are Israelites that are scattered among every nation. That's the whole point. And so this is why Esau Edom is doing what he's doing, okay? But I just want to do a quick lesson on that, man. So that's pretty much all I have right there, man. So yeah, man. So there's gonna be scoffers. A lot of people is just not gonna get it, man. All right, a lot of people just not gonna get it. Matter of fact, we can go back and finish it off with Sirach chapter 39. And that'll pretty much be the lesson, man. So this Sirach chapter 39 and 24 again, and it says, "As his ways are plain unto the holy, so they are a stumbling block unto the wicked." And it said, "For the good are good things created for the beginning, so evil things for sinners." All right. In verse 26, and it says, "The principal thing for the whole use of man, life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned into evil." And see, when I think about this scripture right here in verse 27 right here, because it said, for all these things are good for to the godly. So the godly man will take these things that Yahweh Shah provided for us, like life, water, fire, iron, salt. We're going to do them, and he's going to continue to use them for good. But the evil man, okay, Esau Edom, he's going to turn into evil. Like, for example, when the Ak mentioned the drugs also come from the plant, all right? So you got the opium plant and so on and so forth. What did Esau Edom take that plant and do? He turned them into drugs. With the cocaine come from the cocoa leaf and so on and so forth, right? And that's exactly what these devils have done. They are destroying the earth, okay? Reading on verse 28. And it said, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore throat. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made him." And this is Yahweh Shem outside. He bringing back their judgment. All right. "Fire and hell and famine and death are these. All these are created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpion, serpent, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction." All right. And that's pretty much the point right there, man. So when you got people that just ain't gonna get it, ultimately they heard it, but they refuse to hear it. There's so many different ways on why they just don't want to hear it, man. So you just gotta let's end it off with that. "He that is holy, let him be holy still." That's the precept I'm thinking of. Uh, Bear with me for a minute. Right, I kind of figured it was in Revelation 22. I just couldn't remember exactly what. So Revelation 22 and 11, we ended off with that. And, Lord willing, this would be edifying, man. Revelation chapter 22. The point would be in verse 11. Yeah, we just ended off with this point right here. Revelation 22 and 11, it said, "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still." Okay? And that's the point right there. You got people, you run into them, and they say they don't believe. They say the Bible is the white man book, or they say they believe in science, or you got people that quote unquote say that they believe, but they really don't they don't eat the whole roll. They just take parts of it and make their own doctrine. That's an unbeliever as well too. Okay. So you just gotta let them be as the scripture said. Let the scripture speak. Revelation 22 and 11 again. "And he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still." All right. And in verse 12, and it said, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, and give it every man according to his work shall be." All right. And that's when Yahweh shall come back, he's going to give you your reward. All right. And going back to the testimony that I just had where the atheist said there's no such thing as you reap what you sow, but, you got to take that with a grain of salt. And this is where Yahweh Shah said it right here. All right. And he said to give every man according as his work shall be. All right. So you're going to reap what you sow, whether it be good or evil. You're going to get your reward. All right. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. With that, let me give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone for teaching us the truth 100% securely. Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yashavala, Shalom.